Geobyte.
Hello students, welcome to the Geobyte Diploma series. Let us discuss few more problems for SFD and BMDs. In the earlier videos, we have discussed the SFD and BMD when the loading diagram is directly given. But this is a special case where you need to construct the loading diagram. So from the data which is given, you have to construct the loading diagram. First, let me read the problem. A cantilever of 5 meters long. Length of the cantilever beam is 5 meters. Length of the cantilever beam is 5 meters. It is like this. This is the 5 meters length cantilever beam. Is subjected to a UDL of 10 kilonewton per meter. UDL of 10 kilonewton per meter over a length of 2 meters, commencing at 2.5 meters from the fixed end. From the fixed end at a distance of 2.5 meters, this is the 2.5 meters, the UDL is acting. For a length of UDL length is 2 meters. The magnitude of the UDL is 10 kilonewton per meter. Okay. In addition, it also carries point loads of 25 kilonewtons. In addition, it also carries point loads of 25 kilonewtons and 30 kilonewtons. At its free end the magnitude of load is 25 kilonewtons. Let me mark it. This is the 25 kilonewtons. And 30 kilonewtons at its free end and 1 meter from the fixed end. 30 meters load is at 1 meter from the at a distance of 1 meter. This is the 30 kilonewtons load is at 1 meter from the fixed end respectively. Draw the loading diagram. This is the loading diagram, and draw the loading diagram, shear force and bending moment diagrams. You are also asked to find the shear force. You are also asked to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. Now let us construct the SFD and BMD. This is the state A, B, C, D and E. Now let us straight away find the shear force values, shear force calculations. For the shear force, I need to take the downward force is positive, upward force is negative. Now let us find the shear force values. Shear force at A equal to, downward force is positive. At A it is 25 kilonewtons plus, because it's a downward force. Similarly, shear force at B equal to 25 only. At B there is no load, equal to 25 kilonewton. Next, shear force at C. Directly I can go for C because there is no point load at the C. If point load is there at C, first I should find the shear force at just before C, then shear force exactly at C. Since there is no point load at C, straight away you can find the shear force at C. Already 25 kilonewtons load is there, plus UDL multiplied by UDL distance, it is equal to 45 kilonewtons. Next, shear force at D, already 45 kilonewtons is there, plus at D it is 30, equal to 75 kilonewtons. Next, shear force at E equal to already 75 kilonewtons is there. At E it is 0, it is equal to 75 kilonewtons. I hope all of you understood. Now let us construct the shear force diagram. For constructing the shear force diagram, project the thin lines from the respective points. Thin lines from the respective points. Draw a reference line. 1 minute. Select the reference line. This is the reference line. A, B, C, D and E. At A it is 25 plus 25. Positive values above the reference line. Negative values below the reference line. SF at A 25 kilonewtons. SF at B also 25. SF at C 45 kilonewtons. SF at D SF at D SF at D SF at D 75 kilonewtons, and SF at E also 75. Now start from A, go for the load, come to the next line, go for the at B also same value, come to the next line, go for the value, come to the next line. Okay, 1 minute. Here in between B and C there is UDL. In between B and C there is UDL. 1 minute. Like this. Okay. 1 minute. Okay. In between the B and C UDL effect. UDL effect is UDL effect on shear force diagram, straight line variation, effect of point load, finally coming back to original state. So this is the shear force diagram. Make some boundary hatching. Like this. This is the shear force diagram. Now come to the bending moment calculations. Here clockwise moments negative, anti-clockwise moment positive. Now let us find the BM calculations. BM at A. What is the BM at A, my dear students? For any cantilever beam, bending moment at free end equal to 0. Next, BM at B. BM at B. Before B, only one point load is there. That 25 kilonewtons point load is maintaining the clockwise moment. Clockwise moment is taken as negative minus 25 into, this distance 2.5 to 4.5. This is a 0.5. So 25 into 0.5 is equal to minus 12.5 kilonewton. Similarly, the BM at C, just count how many loads are there before C. One point load, one UDL. First let us decide the bending moment due to point load, that is 25 kilonewtons. It is minus 25 multiplied by the distance up to C is 2.5 minus effect of UDL 10 into 2 UDL into UDL distance gives the point load. Assume that point load is acting at the middle of BC. From that middle point you take the distance 1 meter. 1 meter. You can simplify it. This part we will do later. Now come to the BM at D. BM at D minus 25 into up to distance D. Up to distance D, total length is 5 meters, but from the fixed end D is lying at 1 meter. So 25 into 4 minus 10 into UDL into UDL distance gives the point load. Assume that point load is acting at the middle of the BC. From that middle point to up to the distance D. From the middle point, this part, the middle distance is 1 meter, the remaining is 1.5, 2.5. Similarly, bending moment at E equal to minus 25 UDL into UDL distance, total distance 5 minus 25 into 5, that is the moment due to point load. Moment due to UDL, first you get the point load from the UDL multiplied by UDL distance gives the point load. Assume that point load is acting at the middle of the BC. From that point to up to distance E, 2.5 plus 1, 3.5 minus the moment due to 30 kilonewtons, 30 into 1. Simplify the values. I got bending moment at B is minus 12.5 kilonewton meter. Bending moment at C is minus 82.5 kilonewton meter. At D it is minus 150 kilonewton meter. At E it is minus 225 kilonewton meter. With this data, let us construct the bending moment diagram. First project the vertical lines like this. You take the reference line, like this, reference line. Above the reference line you take the positive values, below negative values. It is A, B, C, D and E. So BM at A equal to 0, BM at B equal to 12.5, it is the 12.5. BM at D, BM at C, BM at C, BM at C, it is 82.5. 1 minute, 82.5. BM at D 150 and BM at E 225. Somewhere here 225. 225. Now join under point load variation is straight line variation. Under UDL it is the parabolic variation, like this, parabolic variation, straight line. Point load effect is straight line. So this is the bending moment diagram. I hope all of you understood. All of you understood. Let us hatch the boundary. This is the boundary. This is the boundary. Under UDL it is parabolic variation. This is the bending moment diagram. Dear students, I hope all of you understood this shear force and bending moment diagram. Look at the second problem. A simply supported beam of span 8 meters. Okay, given problem for simply supported beam. A simply supported beam of span 8 meters. 1 minute. Let me draw the diagram clearly. Neatness is very important. This is the simply supported beam. It consists of two supports at its both ends. The length of that beam is 8 meters. It carries UDL of 20 kN per meter up to a distance of 4 meters from left support. From left support, it carries UDL to half of the distance. 4 meters means half of the distance. The magnitude of that UDL given 20 kN per meter. Okay. And concentrated load of 40 kN at a distance of 2 meters from the right support. From the right support at a distance of 2 meters, these are 2 meters. A concentrated load is there. Magnitude of that concentrated load is 40 kilonewtons. Draw the shear force and bending moment diagrams. So this is the diagram for the given data, my dear students. Now let us mark the points like A, B, C, D. For constructing the shear force diagram, shear force calculations are required. For finding the shear force calculations, I need to find the reactions at A, RA and reaction at B, RB. First let us find the RA plus RB. Tell me what is the RA plus RB, my dear students. Sum of the actions 40 kilonewtons point load plus UDL multiplied by UDL distance 20 into 40. It is 120 kilonewton. Then taking moments. Taking moments about A. Let us take the moments about A. With respect to A, RB is developing the anti-clockwise moments. Point load and UDL are developing the clockwise moments. So RB into up to distance A 8 meters equal to 40 into up to distance A 6 plus for UDL. First you have to convert from UDL to point load. UDL multiplied by UDL distance gives the point load. Assume that point load is acting at the middle of the AD. From that middle point to distance up to A, that is 2 meters. 2 meters. You simplify this value for getting RB equal to RB, I got 50 kilonewtons. If RB is 50 kilonewtons, RA equal to 120 minus 50 is equal to 70 kilonewtons. That is the RA. Let us put that value. RA equal to 70 kilonewtons. RB equal to 50 kilonewtons. Now let us go for the SF calculations. Shear force calculations. Shear force calculations. Downward force is taken as positive, upward force is taken as negative. Correct. Now shear force we are finding from B to A. Shear force at B, it is upward force minus 50 kilonewton. Shear force at C, already minus 50 is there, plus at C it is 40. It is minus 10 kilonewtons. Shear force at D, already minus 10 is there. At D it is 0, equal to minus 10 kilonewtons. Shear force at just before A, while you are finding the shear force at just before A, you consider only effect of UDL. Already minus 10 is there, effect of UDL is plus 20 into 4. Shear force calculations are for the point loads only, but from UDL you have to convert point load. The point load from the UDL is obtained by multiplying UDL with UDL distance. It is giving 70 kilonewtons. Then look at the shear force at exactly A. Already 70 is there. Minus 70 is equal to 0. Because at A, RA is there, which is acting vertical upwards. Upward force is taken as negative. Now let us go for the shear force diagram. For constructing the shear force diagram, you need to project the lines like this. Project the lines like this. Take the reference line. Take the reference line. Reference line. This is A, this is B, C, D. Positive values above the reference line, negative values below the reference line. At B exactly it is minus 50. Minus 50. At C it is minus 10. At just before A, okay. At D also it is minus 10. At D also minus 10. Yes, clarity in the information is important. SF at just before D 70. just before D 70. Exactly D 0. 0. Now start from the B, go for the value, come to the next line, go for the value, come to the next line. Under UDL, the shear force is varying linearly. That's why just join these two like this. That is the effect of UDL. Come back to this one. 1 minute. This will write somewhere other side because I need to find the x value for this case. Here I can take the positive symbol, negative symbol, right? Now that is the shear force diagram. Look at the shear force diagram. First let us have the boundary like this. Like this. This is the shear force diagram. Look at the point K. At point K, shear force diagram changing its sign from negative to positive or positive to negative. At a distance of x from the D, shear force diagram changes its sign. As we know, wherever the shear force diagram changes its sign from positive to negative or negative to positive, there the shear force is 0 but bending moment will be maximum. You need to find the maximum bending moment at a distance of x from the D or at a point K. For finding the maximum bending moment at K, we need to decide the x value. Now first let us find the shear force at K. 1 minute. Shear force at K equal to minus 50 upward force plus 40 plus UDL multiplied by UDL distance up to K, 20 multiplied by x. From this you can find that the x equal to, from this x equal to 0.5 meters. That means the maximum bending moment is occurring at a distance of 0.5 meters from D or 4.5 meters from the B. So anyhow, at that point you need to find the maximum bending moment also. Let us minimize the diagram for finding the bending moment values, right? Now let us find the BM calculations. You take the clockwise moments negative, yes, anti-clockwise moments positive. Now BM at both ends as usual. BM at B equal to 0 and BM at A also equal to 0. Let us find the BM at other points. BM at C equal to, just count how many loads are there before C. Only one load, that is reaction. 50 multiplied by 2. Is it clockwise moment or anti-clockwise moment? Reaction is developing anti-clockwise moment with respect to C. It is equal to plus 100 kilonewton meter. Now BM at D. So count how many loads are there before D. Two loads are there. One is reaction, other one is 40. So UD reaction multiplied by distance up to D, 4 minus 40 into distance from C to D, 2 meters. That is the BM at D. It is 200 minus 80, 200 minus 80 is equal to 120 kilonewton meter. Now let us find the maximum bending moment at K. Maximum BM at K is equal to maximum bending moment at K equal to that X is 0.5 meter. This is the 0.5 meter. So equal to 50 into up to distance K, that is 4.5 minus 40 minus 40 into 2.5 minus UDL effect. UDL is 20 minus 20 into 0.5 gives the point load. Assume that point load is acting at the middle of the KD into 0.5 by 2. Simplify it. Definitely. If you simplify it, definitely you are getting the highest value. Yes, I got maximum bending moment at K is 122.5 kilonewton meter. Now let us draw the BM diagram. For that I need to project the vertical lines from the respective points like this. You take the reference line. Take the reference line like this somewhere here. The BM diagram comes only in the positive side, positive value, negative value. Respective points like A, B, C, D. Right. Bending moment at B equal to 0. A also 0, 0. Bending moment at C equal to plus 100. Bending moment at D equal to 120. Maximum bending moment at K equal to 122.5. It is 0. Now let us draw the BM diagram. Under point load, it's a straight line variation. Straight line variation. 1 minute. Let us draw it clearly. That is not looking good. That is not looking a straight line. It's a straight line variation. Straight line variation. Only under UDL it is a parabolic variation. From the D to K it is parabolic variation. Parabolic variation. This is the BM diagram. BM diagram. Boundary representation. Like that. I hope you clearly understood. This is the BM diagram. So that is how you can construct the SFD and BMD if the data is given after you constructing the loading diagram. This is the loading diagram. I hope you understood. This is the loading diagram. This is the loading diagram. Okay. So with this, I am closing this video. Please try to practice 2-3 times minimum each and every problem. to make it perfect, because practice is very very important. In the next video, we will discuss some more problems. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel GeoByte, and don't forget to send a message to me if you need any clarifications regarding this diploma level strength of material. Thank you. Thank you very much.
GeoByte.